So it is now time for the Alberta Strongest recap. So I recently competed last weekend, 2 weekends ago, at the Alberta Strongest Man uh, provincials. So that was super awesome. I qualified for it at the Grand Prairie show earlier this year. Super fun, super cool. You should go to the Grand Prairie show next year because it's amazing. Um, but yeah, I won Alberta provincials, which I did not expect. So the Alberta guys are very strong. They're very big. They're very serious. I felt very undersized as per normal in the 105 class. So I was pretty excited to see the level of competition that these guys were able to bring to bear. There was a couple last minute changes on the day of the show, which was okay, but it was just unexpected. So our first event was supposed to be two sandbags and a keg. It's supposed to be 250, 220, and 250 again, I think. We ended up doing two kegs and a sandbag. So we did a 250 sandbag, a 220 keg, and a 260 keg. And I think I was somewhere around the 20-second mark for, I don't remember how fast I was exactly, but I was 6 or 7 seconds ahead of the next closest guy and then about 10 seconds ahead of the next closest guy. So pretty easy, clear win for me. Super glad for that. I love loading races. I think it was only like a 20-foot course with like a 52 to 54-inch platform we're loading onto. Not a big deal. I was super grateful to come out on top in that event. Um, just like there was a couple guys there who were like probably like 6'4", 6'5". So I was not expecting to win. I was expecting to come top three just because they're very tall and they can cover a lot of ground fast. So pretty pleased to win that. The event directly after that was the deadlift, which they changed on us. They were originally going to do I think a 12 or 14-inch trap bar deadlift for 550 pounds, which, to be honest, I was expecting us to be like in the mid to low 20s for reps. The day of, they switched it. So they flipped it over. So we were doing it from 9 inches, which is way, way harder. I don't know if you've ever done a decently heavy trap bar deadlift from 9 inches, but it was definitely a lot more difficult than I was expecting. So lots of fun there. Um, I watched everybody else go because I got to go first I got to go last because I won the last event. Watched everybody else go. One of the main guys is worried about Darcy. I think he got 6 or 7, and there was a couple guys who got 8, and then Brandon Blackford, I think his name is. He's a tremendous deadlifter. He ended up getting 12. I did not want to chase down his 12, so I just said, "Screw it! I'm gonna go do I'm gonna go do way less than that." So I did 9, which was what I needed for a clear second place. Moved on without destroying my body. Next up was the sandbag to shoulder. It was a very floppy, very long 250-pound sandbag. And again, I got to go second to last, which was great. Ended up getting 6 reps, tying with Darcy. Darcy's very strong. Um, and then everybody else, I think, was around the between 3 and 4, I think. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly. But anyways, me and Darcy were well ahead of the pack on that event. Going into the second to last event, the overhead press, we had a 240 log and a 165 dumbbell. The dumbbell was causing some issues for people because it was a very large handle. Like I was basically holding it like that. It was a big, heavy dumbbell. It was also a little bit bent, so it was very difficult to kind of grab properly. The log itself seemed to cause a lot of issues for people, and I was honestly a little bit nervous about this one because my dumbbell at Kelowna's was atrocious. It was terrible. It was only 10 pounds heavier, and I only got 2 reps. So I was very, very displeased with that. So I was a little bit worried about this one coming in. Warm ups didn't feel super great, but I watched everybody go. There was a couple zeros, which was very surprising. And then there was a couple guys only getting 1 or 2 reps. I think Darcy got 4 reps, which was very impressive for him because Darcy has struggled with dumbbell, but his log is tremendous. He vipered the log. And then Jeff ended up getting 5 reps. And I went into it probably a little bit too measured, a little bit too carefully. And I only got 5 reps as well. But I was like walking in between events or walking between implements. I wasn't really running or rushing like I usually am because I was so concerned about failing them. And I should not have, because they felt literally like RPE 6 or 7. Like they were easy reps. They didn't feel hard. But just judging by how warm ups went, I didn't think it would be that good. So I took my time and I got 5. So I tied Jeff for first. But I wasn't I wasn't super pleased because I could have gotten more if I'd rushed. But I think I really just needed to make sure I got good clean reps. And in my headspace at the time, I was just sure I was gonna get trumped. So I was very blessed to come out, first on that event. So moving on to the last event, and mind you, this whole show has been running very very quickly. So I was actually very surprised. They were running 4 lanes and they had 90 athletes, I think. So it was running a lot faster than I expected. But the last event was a 400-pound duck walk for 20 feet, 25 into 3 power stairs. And let me tell you, that was the worst event of the day for me. I think I came fourth or fifth. It was atrocious. Definitely struggled with the grip on the duck walk, which I figured I would, but I didn't think I would struggle as much as I did. It was pretty atrocious. It was very sad. I was pretty depressed about it, but it is what it is. And then I managed to finish the whole thing, but it took way longer than it should have, and I was pretty sad. But grateful to have won the show. Grateful to come out on top, especially in such a field of like really really good guys. Brandon Blackford and Darcy Flaska had both beaten me in Nationals 2021. They were 2 points ahead of me, and to take second and third at Nationals, and I wanted the rematch really bad. So I'm glad that I got to do the rematch and come out on top with those boys. They both did fantastic. So I ended up winning, Darcy Flaska in second, and then Jeff in third. It was a fantastic day overall. Super great guys, nice group to compete against. Really, really good, well run show by Jocelyn and Mackenzie. Power Hippo Streams was amazing. You can go check them out on YouTube. A great show overall. I'm very, very happy to have had the experience. So, yeah, and really grateful to come out on top. I was not expecting that. So, yeah, thank you for coming to my TED Talk about Strongman, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care and work hard and be great.